Right then, where are we going?
I don't know until you tell me. I always have to decide. You decide. Oh look, I'm like Red Hood. Just need the signals.
Tell you what, why don't you decide? That's right, click here if you want to know. Right, where are we going?
So we did actually decide to go to Ironbridge to get a couple of good photographs of the bike. At least that's what we intended to anyway. So, looks like we were good to go.
A few moments later.
Well, we were good to go, but then Gareth had to, I think, fix his hair or mask or makeup or something.
A few moments later.
Yep, so after that false start, definitely going to go this time. I have no idea what I was pointing at this point. But yeah, one last check of the makeup and we're good. So as you can see, I actually did try a different camera position for the Insta360 X3 today. Looks pretty good from here, apart from my fat ass sticking in the screen. I thought I'd try it here so you can hear the exhaust sounds a bit better. You can hear me getting up to speed now, just sound really nice, except for when the wind interference kicks in here. I mean, I'm going to look at getting a new microphone. I would like to point out that it's not all my arse, there is some padding in there. So we just had to stop for petrol. As you can see Gareth up front on the Goldwing, obviously I'm on a Hornet today. Yeah, it's just an average petrol stop really.
Okay, so just stop for petrol. So, what, you just put petrol in, right?
No. Well, you do when you eventually get to the petrol cap.
Okay.
So, you have a glove box where you normally have your petrol cap. Okay, with my phone, all that sort of stuff. My little Honda book. No. Just to be awkward, I have to open this glove box, then I have to push that button, then I have to open that, and then I can unscrew my fuel cap.
So basically, the Goldwing's a giant puzzle box.
Giant what?
Giant puzzle box, basically. Yeah.
Giant pain in the arse.
Well, okay. Well, luckily I got my petrol before, so I don't have to do that.
So I may have left the side stand down, but there's a first time for everything. So we started to make our way over to Ironbridge, so we're looking to get some really nice photographs of the bike down there. You can tell it was a really nice day, great day out for riding. Surprisingly cold though, even with the blue sky and the sunshine out. Just listen to that sound. I know I've said it before about my Hornet, but that sound, I love that engine sound. Just as I'm going down these country roads, it's just amazing to hear. Really am in love with this bike. I cannot recommend this bike enough to anybody. So we did actually hit quite a bit of traffic there, so we decided not to go to Ironbridge. So we made our way over through near Delamere Forest, over to Frodsham. Decided to go that way and just grab a drink. Interesting point here, I actually once had to stop because I got a bee in my helmet near this house just up on the left. The guy came out and asked us not to park there because we're a distraction, even though we're on a public road, so yeah. Oh, the land of beds. Now there's the land I would like to go to, especially after a long day's ride out. So we're both pretty thirsty at this point, we needed a drink, and I was thinking, oh no, this great pub actually just across the road. And when I stopped here, Gareth had exactly the same idea. Then we had to wait a while, the lights, so naturally...
Cheers. Thank you. So we are at the... Where are we again?
There actually isn't a big sign behind you like there normally is. It's the Bears Pub.
The Bears Pub, in Frodsham.
In Frodsham. Oh, no, actually I did miss it. There is a sign behind you. You are just blind.
I will put a... Yeah, the Bears Pub. Frodsham. It's the power of editing.
That was it for the day's riding, but we certainly weren't done for the week, because coming up, as you'll see, we had a bike night to attend. Yep, so it was time for the bike night, which was going to be over at J S. You'll remember I visited there on a previous video, just around the shop and the Four Ways Cafe.
Can you see me lock the door?
I assure you we do get a smooth start sometimes.
One sec.
A few moments later.
So once again I set up a different angle with the camera. This camera is really good. It's very easy to use, very diverse in the type of shots you can get with the different positions you can put it on the bike. Very easy to edit as well, like all this like shot sweeping around here is very simple. It's very easy to do with the software that comes with the actual camera. So it just gives you that drone effect as if it's floating around the bike. So that's the Insta360 camera that I use with the motorcycle bundle and the selfie stick. So this is a selfie stick attached to the clamp, so it gives that drone effect. Of course, the other way that works is the selfie stick itself is invisible, so the camera doesn't pick that up, which is why it looks like it is floating away from the bike. It's very clever.
Okay, so here we are guys, just at the meet point, just for the Manchester Honda Owners Club tonight. There's going to be a few more of us once we get to J S in Northwich. That's a funny looking Honda. Is that a Honda? It's a Honda? Does it look like one? Then a lone one just over here.
The thing you know is with Phil, you have to stand near edges so you can get on it.
Get on it. Nice.
We're looking at Gixxer tomorrow.
Oh really?
Gixxer there, yeah.
Oh, still not a Honda though, is it? just got here and there's a few bikes, just a few. See if we can find the other guys. Hi guys, you alright?
So these are the guys from Cheshire Fire and Rescue Service. They actually offer a free biker down course. It teaches you how to avoid being in a crash in the first place and also to help anyone you may come across that's been involved in an accident. So I caught with Gareth again at the back taking some pictures, so we decided to have a walk around after this. And Gareth took a picture of me here looking like some sort of strange Mandalorian cosplay. Then in the middle of all the bikes, just found this really nice looking bike.
To be honest, you don't like it? No, I think I look proper scuffy. Okay. Yeah. Especially in that colour. And he's got OCD or something because he's getting flight.
Time for a quick visit to the Shark stand. They were showing off some of their newer helmets that do actually have the LEDs built into them. These are really interesting because I did actually have some strip lights on one of my older helmets that lit up by the press of the button, but these are obviously built into the actual helmet themselves. Can't hear what the guy's saying here, but he was saying the battery life is pretty good, probably about 12 hours, so enough for a ride out. And they are actually done off motion as well, so the brake light will come on when you start to slow down. You can have it as a static light or a flashing light, just like you see like a lot of cyclists have. So yeah, pretty decent. It's something I'll definitely be having a look at. Well, obviously I just had to give a shout out to RJH because they actually helped me get my full license. They're a fantastic school. They've got places all over the Northwest. Highly recommended. So after a very long chat with some people, we were finally ready to go. As you can see, it's completely wound down by this point. We're one of the last people to leave. So yeah, time to go. You can tell the lady on the right just coming up here, definitely just desperate to get rid of us. So that is it for today's adventure. Thank you very much for watching and joining us as always. Massive shout out to J S for putting on the bike night, of course. Huge shout out to Gareth joining me again, aka at Deadpooligans, so you can follow him on Instagram. Here he is on his faithful Goldwing, as ever, leading the way. You'll see him on the next video, which will be my running service, and we have decided to test ride a couple of bikes, which you will see what they are next time. As always, don't forget to bike and just ride.